Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 88 of the Tutus podcast. I am Nana.
And I'm Rose.
And together we are Tutus.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. As you can see, guys, we've got a special guest in the building. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Do I look at the camera or do I look at you guys?
I'm like, do whatever you want, babe. Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, my name's Timi Sotire. I am journalist.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. You're a journalist.
I'm a journalist,
You're a
and
journalist.
I'm co-editor of Black Joy, which is coming out September 2nd.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's me.
I like that. I like that a lot. How you feeling today? You good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I'm feeling good. I was just saying that this is my first podcast in person, so I'm a little bit nervous.
Do you know what? It's all right. Like we said, it's our first time we're having a guest in this studio.
Yeah.
I'm very gassed.
Do you know what I mean? So lots of firsts.
Mm.
But okay, so let's start off with a game.
Okay.
Let's start off with a game. We're gonna be this or that as usual. Actually, no, how are you? How you been?
Oh my God, do we need to get into that? Because
Yeah, but I want to hear you. How are you guys
how you
doing?
been?
oh, I've had a bit of a rough week. That's why I didn't want to dampen the mood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to dampen the mood. No, it's been very, very full on. I think like there's various things going on in life at the moment, so it's just like trying to find balance, and that's what life's about, balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but for the most part, I'm good. I'm glad to be here. I feel like this is definitely a highlight of my week, being here with you guys. So thank you for joining us. Yeah, what about you, babe?
It's been a boring week. It's been boring. I think just been working it. I feel like also the balance. We always talk about this all the time. I'm sorry, guys. We feel like we're always complaining.
I know,
but
sorry.
like balancing your own stuff and the 9 to 5 is just this.
It's
week has
actually
been mad.
hard.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
actually really hard. People don't
Yeah.
recognize how hard it is.
Yeah, especially when people ask you, "Oh, do you want to meet at 2 o'clock?" It's actually I'm at work at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Can we do
You got a
6
meeting
o'clock?
at 2:30. Yeah, and they wanted to do it. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, but we thank God.
Yeah, for good health, we're
Yeah.
live, we're thriving, we're all right, we're good.
Yeah.
So happy about that. But yeah,
Okay, this or that. Right, you go first.
okay. Red Bull or Boost?
Red Bull.
Do you know what? Even though we're drinking Boost,
Do you know so?
Oh, you guys are drinking booze. I'm so sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Red Bull is definitely the bougie version. It's definitely the one that actually works out of the two as well. Do you know what? I do love a Boost.
But I never see Red Bull. Maybe it's because I'm not looking for it in the shop.
It's because it's £2.
Oh no, yeah.
I like the
that's-
advert when it's like
Oh,
the
the-
flying,
yes,
the
I'm
wings.
like, oh yeah, what's those adverts?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In terms of taste, I feel like I prefer Boost. I mean, they are quite similar, but like I prefer.
Do you?
Yeah, I prefer Boost.
I don't prefer Boost, you know.
Is it?
But it's okay because 59p. So
Cheap
would you for now?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go Red Bull because I think I'm a bougie babe, so I want the bougie version.
Fair enough.
But okay, this or that. Okay, basketball or football?
Football. Yeah. I've never really been into basketball. And I feel like football players are kind of cute,
Oh, I'm done. I'm screaming.
know.
I'm okay.
Not you, right? I'm so done. That is hilarious.
So who's your favourite footballer?
Rashford, obviously.
I feel like that's the go-to footballer.
Grealish. Is it Grealish? That one?
Yeah.
Like
With the hair.
him.
Yeah.
I guess like for me, in terms of OG David Beckham.
He's a footballer, that's why he's looking at you.
Oh really?
What about you?
I don't think I can really comment. I'm not really a sports babe.
You have to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I would pick basketball because I play 4K on my phone. That's the only
You play 4K on
reason.
your phone? Really? I didn't see you as like a phone game kind of babe.
Yeah, that's a bit of me. That's the
quite
only
interesting.
game that I really have on my phone. Yeah.
I play a game called something Shelter, but that was good.
You play some weird games though. You
Yeah,
play
I
those.
do. I like to build things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
People still play those games.
What, you trying to build anything?
I do. I really enjoy it.
Unless it's Sims, I ain't trying to build nothing. Like,
Yeah, I bought Sims in the first lockdown, and I never played it. It's
I
just
loved
waste
it
of money.
so
Wow.
much, but my
Yeah.
laptop, you shouldn't. Really
Yeah, my
play it on
laptop couldn't take it.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the power.
I had to delete it.
Yeah, I deleted it as well, and I miss it so much.
Yeah, I actually got it for free.
Oh,
Like,
did you?
They had a deal like years ago, and I got it for free, but I had to delete it like last year because it
Is
took
it
up
that
so
bad?
much space.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
it
Like, it
takes
takes
up
up
so
the,
much
you know, your
space.
laptop doesn't have that much like power to really play the game. You need a gaming PC.
Yeah.
So that's what I need. And that's what. If you're listening, Martha, please. Yeah, but yeah, basketball. Yeah, I know you're good. Yeah, basketball. She used to play basketball back in the day.
basketball.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
yeah,
Do you still play now, or?
I'm unfit these days, and it's just not working.
So am I.
Like,
Yeah.
But I used to play a lot. My life was actually basketball. I used to play National League basketball. I used to go training how many times a week. I used to have games every weekend. It was actually my life. I wanted to be the first woman in the WNBA. I know in the NBA. I want to be the first woman in the NBA.
Oh.
But you can't. It's not possible. But
Yeah, because for men. Yeah.
Why isn't it MNBA?
you got the NBA and you got WNBA.
Yeah, why not?
I don't
but
know.
Why
you know.
not MNBA?
It's like
and
Premier League.
WNBA?
Premier League should be WM.
Yeah.
And
But they don't play. They don't play. Men and women don't play.
who in the world?
Yeah, in sports, men and women don't play.
What together?
Yeah.
Actually, that would be interesting if they played. They do in the All Stars.
Oh,
they do in the
okay.
All
All
Stars.
stars. Okay. I
They
didn't
do,
know
and
that.
it's actually quite good as well when they do. But the dreams went down the drain a long time ago. So, do you have a this or that as well?
Oh, I didn't know you were going to ask
No,
me.
no worry. I got one. Seeing as you're Nigerian, right? Yeah. Okay. You're Nigerian. Why did you say it like that?
How did you know?
Pound. No, not pound. Egusi or Eferiro.
F for sure.
Oh yes. Yeah. I didn't know.
Do you know what? I had Eferiro recently. Wow.
It's bangs. Like, what did you have it with? Pound of jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I want
is
that now.
So
Yeah.
good. Like I hadn't had it. Like I've had it for the first time. Like maybe 2 months ago. Was it 2
It
months
was
ago?
after I was going on about it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, where have I been?
No, I actually might have that tonight.
It's
Can you
so
make it?
good. No,
I can't.
I'll order it.
I really want pound of jam.
That's
Yeah,
alright.
it
Yeah.
sends you
Like
to
bangs.
sleep.
Yeah.
it's so good.
Where do you recommend like buying a good Eferiro from?
So my go-to is Tasty. I love Tasty.
Okay, yeah.
But that's like more South London, I think.
No, they have it in Hackney as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Tasty
cool.
Hackney?
They've got one in Mare Street and they've got one in Walthamstow.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's even it's on our.
Oh, I didn't like. I got Eferiro from Tasty. I think I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So it is dependent on the location. So the one in Woolwich.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Sorry,
it's
I don't-
okay.
It's okay.
No,
Support black business, innit?
yeah, of course.
Let's be honest.
But we went to Echo in Homerton, and that Eferiro was
Okay.
amazing. So once I tasted
Oh, so you
that,
went to a restaurant?
yeah, we sat in and everything, and we washed our hands in the bowl.
Oh,
and
and the bowl.
everything.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
You
yeah.
really had the
experience.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. So once I tasted that, and then I tasted Tasty, I was like, that's
Yeah, fair.
yeah.
The thing about Tasty as well, yeah, is was it on Uber Eats you got it?
yeah.
Did it come frozen?
No, it didn't come from.
Wait, what?
It was actually
Every
warm,
single
thank
time
God.
I bought food from that Tasty, it always comes frozen. Obviously, the pounded jam doesn't,
Yeah.
but the egusi or whatever I get always comes
Oh
frozen.
no, that's not good.
And I always
That's
send a
surely
picture.
is not. Is that allowed? Is that legal?
Do you know? Listen, I always get through. I'm okay. I get my refund. I'm okay. I'll warm it up.
That is
I'm okay.
mad.
I get every single time. Sometimes I buy it from them on purpose. I know it's gonna come frozen.
So you get the money back.
I get my money back. I just hope they don't listen. So they can say that. But like, yeah. And I think obviously it's not. It's not fresh because they. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
but yeah. Okay, this or that. Okay, we'll do another one. Evian or Volvic? Oh, no, let's not do a drink one. This is a drink one already.
Okay.
Let's not do a drink
one.
one.
But I'm just gonna say for the record, it's definitely Volvic. I'm just
It's
gonna say for
Evian.
the
It's
record.
Evian.
Please.
Okay.
Everyone, it tastes like tap water.
I actually don't know the difference. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
Do
I'm
you know,
not a
you
bottle
can
water
taste
babe.
the volcano in Volvic.
Really? You can taste
No,
the
I know you
volcano?
fucking lying. Don't sit on this
What, the
podcast.
rock?
Yes, you can.
Don't sit on
You can taste
the rock.
rock.
Do not
You
sit
can.
on this podcast and lie.
Yes, you
How
can.
dare you?
I have tasted
How
the volcano.
dare you?
I've did volcano.
You are a liar.
And the mountain.
Guys, comment, please
The lava.
comment below and say,
taste
tell us
it.
which one's better because
You can actually taste it. You can taste the the dust.
Actually, I think I have one.
Do
Nike or Adidas.
I'm a Nike babe.
you know it's going to be Nike for
always
me?
checks.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
a Nike babe as well. I was Nike, sorry.
I used to
Sorry.
work there, that's why.
Yeah, she won't let us head in with that shit.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Nike.
if you said Nike as an employee, like you would be on the verge of disciplinary
That's mad.
when you're working there because everyone thinks it's Nike, innit? So on your first day, they tell you, guys, it's
Is it
Nike.
American?
Yes, American.
Okay.
They say it's Nike, it's not Nike. But they always say, whether it's American or not, the brand is Nike.
Yeah.
It's just what the brand is.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I remember our induction was like 4 weeks long. Imagine an induction was 4 weeks long.
That's a long time.
They really engrave you into the life.
Every day it's
lifestyle.
Nike
Yeah,
for 4 weeks.
I went Adidas today, but you know, we move.
So it's Adidas.
Adidas.
I think it is actually Adidas.
Okay.
But because we're enemies, you have to say Adidas.
I'm
we
done.
even wrote a rap.
You wrote a
Puma.
rap.
What is this job?
Listen,
Wait.
this job was
You lot are bored, isn't it? No, wait, was this for the
part of
induction?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we had to like film it and like perform it. We just,
What kind of induction?
This is for a retail job.
I just wanted to scan the items and go. I didn't want to do all of this, but anyway, that's what it was. It was like
That's
2012.
too
I used to work there,
much.
but it was fun. It was fun working there. There was lots of discounts and stuff. So it was cool.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be Nike for me.
Yeah, I'm a Nike.
Yeah, I'm a Nike babe too.
It's unanimous. Right, let's get into it, guys. We're both
Okay.
writers. We're both writers.
Oh well, yeah, we are both
You're both
writers.
writers?
Yes, we are.
Let's talk about writing.
Oh god.
Let's talk about it then.
About it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, like, do you know what? Nana's always talking about how she needs to write some more, and it's like really hard, and it's like it takes her a while,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so when you're like writing, what's the process that you're going through, and how like long does it roughly take as well?
That's a good question. I get why writing is hard for you, because when you have a 9 to 5, you just can't even think about anything. You even look tired now as I'm saying it.
Because it's constantly on the back of my
Oh no!
mind.
Don't put pressure on yourself though. Or feel
But
guilt.
the thing is, like, I need to, because that's what I was thinking today. Yeah, not to even. I'm going off subject, but
No,
I
it's
was,
actually okay.
I was thinking today, like, when I think about my 9 to 5, yeah, like, it's a good job, but like ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, like, that's not really changing the world. That's not really doing things to change the world. Do you know what I mean? It's just making ads. It's not that important, but actually writing things about like people that I care about, like Black queer people, you know, trying to get more representation. That's important. Like, and when I get older, I want to and think back. I want to think, rah, I actually did something, and not just made ads, because that's not really important. So I was
It's so hard how, like, for a lot of us, our 9 to 5 isn't what we're passionate about, but that's what takes up most of our time. And then you have to like try and find time for your passion projects, but you're tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely get that. I think for me, when it came, and it's so hard because the way in which I used to do writing, I don't think was healthy in the grand scheme of things, because I'd finish work at like 5:30, 6, take an hour off, and then I'll work from like 7 to 11, like doing stuff. And I actually don't think that's healthy. I would burn out regularly.
Yeah.
As Dobby knows. I would like every few months I just like it's too much. And then you also want to relax on weekends, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't really spend your weekends writing either.
People are writing on the weekend.
So I wish I had advice, but I almost don't.
So are you a freelancer now? Like,
No, so I actually started a new job in July.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't been like freelancing that much, just because it's like a new job and I can't really with my new job.
okay, yeah.
But I can do writing during my work hours as part of the job, so it's fine. But I think with my old job, it was just a case of like, I don't want to say discipline, because it wasn't discipline. I think I was doing too much. But maybe if you say, okay, Tuesday evenings, that's when you write, and then like every other day you don't even like think about it, but you know, Tuesday after work, that's when you think about it. So if you have like a time dedicated to it, it means that you can think about other things and not feel guilty, and know that on that evening, that's when.
Do you know what I think the problem is? You know, when it comes to writing, like, your head has to be
in it.
like 100%.
Yeah.
You can't have other distractions
Yeah.
like going on. And the problem with our lives is that
There's too much going on.
there's too much going on. So like, obviously we work, and then like sometimes during lunchtime we might have a meeting, and then after work we might have a meeting. We've got tutus, we've got our events, like, and there's always comms, there's always something going
there's always
on.
something to do.
There's always something to do. I've got a production company as well now, like, so there's always, and I'm in post-production for my short film. So there's always comms, there's always something going on. So it's just like finding the time to actually completely shut off.
It is hard.
And focus on actually writing is very, very difficult.
What kind of things do you want to write about?
So the next thing that I want to write about is about a Black queer disabled woman. I don't really have the story yet. I just know that that's gonna be, you know, my character.
That's the representation that's needed. Well,
We don't
need
I
it.
have not seen it.
Yeah, our last episode, our guest T, shout out to T, like she's a queer disabled person. They're a queer disabled person, and like you just don't see it anywhere. And they were just talking about how like accessibility to like queer scenes and like just queerness in general is a lot. Like it's so much, and it's almost like as a queer person they can't really enjoy being queer with other queer people, and that's within our own community. So imagine the outside representation as well. Like it just isn't there. Like, do you know what I mean? So especially in the media, so we need to see it.
That would be a great thing to write about. You know?
We definitely need to see it.
I want to almost help you find the time to write.
No,
your diary.
I've got like so many ideas. I've got so many ideas going on in my brain, just not enough time to like put it down. But like in terms of actually your actual process, like from how do you write? Like,
I actually didn't even get to that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine, no, but it's not easy to just sit there sometimes and like write. Like, what do you do? Do you have to prepare yourself? Do you have to be in a certain place? Do you have to be like sitting at a desk? What do you need to do?
Yeah. Oh, it's so, I don't know. I think for me, there's actually this thing called the Pomodoro method.
Yeah, I do that as well.
That helps me to actually write. So it's like you work for like 15 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and then every 4 times then take like a 25-minute break. So and that actually helps me when I'm writing, so I can bang out like 2,000 words in a few hours. I'm writing like that. But in terms of thinking of the ideas and like what inspires me and stuff, I just say like life. I think one thing that I've learned is to try and not force it. And like getting inspiration. Like you actually get inspiration from the most random things. Like there was one time like we were in the park and we just saw like a man and a woman just sitting there, and I was like, I wonder what they're talking about. And then from there I just had like a whole idea for like a book. So
let's get onto the book next, don't we?
Oh god.
Let's get onto the books. Talking of books. Tell us about the book.
The book.
Talking
Black
about
Joy. Okay, what I segue. So Black Joy is an anthology. There's 28 Black Brits from different industries and walks of life and whatever. And they've each written an essay about what brings them joy and what makes them happy. And my role in that was editing 5 of the 28 essays. So what was involved in that was like thinking of ideas for the essays, thinking of who to reach out to, actually editing and giving feedback, and like doing line edits and stuff. And I also wrote my own essay.
Oh, amazing. So
yeah.
you were featured in it.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think the reason behind the anthology was actually thought of by Charlie. So Charlie Brinkhurst-Cuff, she is like the main editor, and I kind of came along halfway through the process. And she was approached by Penguin as a result of what happened last year with Black Lives Matter. And I think they approached her being like, we want an anthology about blackness. And she was like, okay.
What about blackness?
That's very broad. Though,
Exactly. And I think she wanted to make sure that was focused on something happy and uplifting and joyful, because there isn't really much of that in like Black British media. And especially with like a lot of books and stuff that is out there, it's normally centered around like pain or like feeling like
trauma,
an outsider or like a second class citizen. It's never like what makes me happy. So I'm really glad to have been brought in along the process. And it's just really good. There's a whole range of essays.
There's some great names in there. I saw Shantae J. I saw Diane Abbott. I saw
Diane Abbott.
She's actually a real one.
She came from primary school when I was in primary school.
Oh, really? That's something you'll never forget.
To me, I feel like she was a celebrity coming in.
Yeah, she is a celebrity.
I didn't think it was an MP. It was like she touched my shoulder, and I went home and told my mum she touched my shoulder. Like I was really excited that she came twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because she's our MP, our local MP.
Yeah.
So like we do see her walking around sometimes. It's like, wow, Diane Abbott is over there. It's actually Auntie Diane. I'm looking forward to reading.
It's really good, and I think there's something in there for everyone. That's my hope, and we're really clear on being like, this anthology isn't meant to tick all of the boxes. We know that there's going to be some experiences that just won't get touched on.
Yeah.
It's so multifaceted, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like, no anthology in the world will ever never do that.
Yeah.
And I think Black joy is very individual to every person. Like different things make us happy.
Personal as well.
Yeah. So like my essay was about my love for One Direction. When I was like 12 and 13, and how that brought me joy, and being in fandoms was like the best thing for me growing up.
Because you know, when you think about like Black joy and just joy in general, I feel like we forget about things like that would give us joy, and it comes down to, everyone talks about love and they talk about, you know, the fairy stuff, and it is cute, it's nice and it's cute, but we just forget about the very everyday simple things.
Exactly.
It's nice because even you just saying that's what made me think, hold on, because it wasn't what I was expecting.
Oh really?
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting.
Oh.
So when I think about what I'm going to read in the book, I was thinking a lot of things like, you know, when we go out, we go to church and we dance together. You know, dancing is Black people's church, even when we're not in the church, kind of thing, and stuff like that. And One Direction, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Spice Girls used to bring me joy. Yeah. And I've never ever thought that Spice Girls used to bring me joy. Do you know what I mean?
That's really important though. I think it's really important that this book is actually coming out, because like as we all know, like last year was a bit mad. Like it was a mad year where everything was very painful and just like and you felt everything, like every single thing that was going on, you just like felt it in your body, and it was a bit mad. Like, and it is important to show that, because I feel like when it comes to like books, I was talking to someone the other day about books specifically by Black women, or like Black British women, or Black queer British women, and there aren't many that I've come across. There might be some, but there aren't many that I've come across. The only one that I read was Woman, Girl, Other. I don't know if that's in the right order.
Girl, Another,
whatever it is. And I was thinking that's the only one that I've read like in my adult life that I could like, I was like, wow, this
that's true.
This
I'm
is
actually
amazing.
thinking about it.
Yeah, like, and I was like, this is amazing. I used to read a lot when I was younger, and I just never came across a book that I like identified with so much. Wow. And it's just like, so we need more of that. Like we actually need more of that. And I like the fact that it's about Black joy, because as I said, last year was very painful, and we don't see that everyday struggle. Why is it that we always have to read or watch struggle things? Like that's not all we are. It's not just about
so
adversity.
Much more to
like
it,
right.
And you know what I found really interesting when doing the whole process was that when it came to me writing my own essay and editing other people's essays, everyone struggled to talk about Blackness without referencing pain and trauma. Like everyone like really struggled. And then when reading through like the people that I commissioned, I'd like be sitting and chatting with them, being like, "What brings you joy?" And they'd be like, they're all like scratching their heads, like unsure, and it made me really sad. And even for my essay topic, I struggled to think of it because I couldn't get out of thinking about my race without like thinking of all the pain and suffering that I've been through, like which is why I think the book is so important, because for a lot of the writers it was something that you had to like actually put a lot of thought into. It felt like quite a radical act, like going against what was normal for them and what's normal for all of us. It's kind of bittersweet in a way.
It is.
I think it is difficult. I feel like if I was asked to do one of the essays, I don't actually know what I'll write about.
What brings you joy?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would write about, because it's Black joy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure like how I would link the two. Do you know? I think I would actually have to sit down and think about it.
It would be difficult. I see how it could be difficult, but like when you said about One Direction, that made me think of how I started writing in the first place. And when I was younger, I used to fancy Little Romeo, and and I had like, you know, back in
Romeo, why you?
You know,
you saw that Bow Wow or Little Romeo.
It was. I'm not trying to be different or anything, but it was Little Romeo. And you know, remember what was those magazines we had back in the day, the black ones?
Black Beat, Word Up,
yes,
Young Voices.
Young Voices. We had like Young Voices. I used to like cut out, you know, like his poster and stick it up on my wall. Like we were proper in like all the B2K.
I had B2K, I had B5.
Yeah, all of them. Like,
how old are you guys? So I'm just thinking the references are going.
Because I think
I was a bit too. Because I guess me saying One Direction must have been a bit weird for you guys.
Yeah, that's what I got from One Direction.
Yeah.
I'm 29 and she's 30.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah. So
Laughing.
so I that's how I got into writing, because I was a big fan of Little Romeo, so I'd go on like the fan websites and stuff, and there'd be other fans on there obviously, and they'd write stories about with using these people, these celebrities as characters and make up these stories, and I was like, wow,
fictions.
right. And it was so great because I was like, and they always used to leave like a story on a cliffhanger, so it'd be like a chapter every so often, and it's
that's
just
how
like,
I got into writing.
I
I was just writing like erotica with me and Zayn.
Oh right, and that's great. At least that is amazing. that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What was that website called? There was a website. We used to go
Wattpad.
to.
Oh, no, I think that, I think we were Wattpad.
Wattpad.
No, it wasn't Wattpad.
It was around the Habbo Hotel times.
Yeah, that's Habbo Hotel was a thing.
You guys are old.
I know, it was a thing. It was a thing.
What was that? Everyone used to go there. Was it black? It was black something.
I can't remember, but
was
I wouldn't. I
black.
know I was on there.
It was a forum.
Yes, it was a forum. It was a forum.
We should not have been on that forum. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a
We
lot
should
of
not
going
have been
on,
that
but it
forum.
was that's how, and that's, I guess I would say that was black joy for
that
me,
brought
because
you
it's like
joy.
that brought me joy, like, and that's how I got into writing, and that was, amazing. Imagine like now I'm queer now, but like, I loved Little Romeo, and that's
mine
why
was
I
J
started
Book.
writing.
That was my one. Mine was J Book.
J Book was fine. Wait, which one? Yeah, J Book was a fine one though, like the finest one in BTK.
He was the finest.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
We're really showing our
really showing our
age.
age.
The BTK stories just makes me a bit sad now.
What? Because they're
Raz.
Yeah.
It is sad.
That's what happened with Raz.
Oh yeah. I believe Raz.
I believe him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stay strong,
I believe
boy.
him.
I believe him.
I believe him.
But yeah, like, what a time.
What a time.
What a time.
Was there any girl bands? Was it the equivalent? This is too. I mean, we're talking about the joiner. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, but that thinking back then, life obviously, life was much easier when we was just on friggin' MySpace and shit.
Yeah.
That was
We ever on MySpace?
No,
that was before
Facebook.
time.
Facebook was me.
MySpace was before Facebook, wasn't it?
Yeah, MySpace was way before
yeah.
Facebook.
MySpace, Bebo.
Bebo.
No, I was too young for that. I was on like
High
Paint
Five.
and like
She was doing Paint at the time.
yeah, you know on Microsoft. Yeah, I was on Paint. That's what I was doing.
Oh, clip art. Do the clip
Yeah,
art.
the clip art stuff.
Oh nah, it's crazy because to me, obviously you are younger than us. 23 is younger than us, but to me, in my mind, it doesn't feel like the cultural shift has been that different. But it actually,
But it has when you think about these things.
Yeah, it's when you get into the nuances of it, right? I think now we're probably like doing similar things. But
Yeah.
I guess when we were younger,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Because I
those
always
few
say,
years.
like, when you get into your 20s, like, it's just like anyone, you can be friends with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be cool with anyone.
Friends with somebody that's in their 30s, with 40s.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's the thing. So, yeah, wow, childhood.
It's mad. Alright, so talk about the process.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So what was your favourite part? And then what was your least favourite part?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My favourite part of the process was so because I had like free reign for like who I could commission and the topics and
okay.
like that. So the brainstorming for that was definitely my favourite part because I was like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? Yeah.
Even picking must have been hard. You'd be like, you can't pick everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that must have been hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where like someone somewhere is gonna say something about the list of contributors and be like, oh, you didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a bit scary, but
Yeah.
I did like having the power to do that, like to
Yeah.
pick people and having those first meetings being like, yeah, I've picked you to write from that drawing. And then, like people on the end of the Zoom call being like, oh my God, thanks. The hardest part was writing the essay because I felt really nervous and that like people would see my name on the cover and then be like, expect my essay to be the best, like to blow everyone else out the water.
Okay.
And I saw the other contributors because it was like Jason, Travis, Diane Abbott. There was,
Yeah.
I kind of had to accept that I'm literally writing my first thing.
Okay.
My first piece of writing that's longer than like 1,000 words. It's the longest thing I've ever written that's like been out there for the public to see. So yeah, I kind of had to remind myself that it's actually okay. It doesn't have to be like the best written, like sound really smart and intelligent, as long as it's coming from my heart and it's my voice.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
But yeah, I felt quite nervous because Charlie was editing my essay. So she
Okay.
saw me editing other people's essays. So I was scared there was going to be like higher expectations or she'd be like, what is this piece of shit?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. But I was very scared when writing it. I really put it off. I put it off for ages.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did you guys have?
So wait, let me think. I started editing. I think I got the position in like January. And deadline for the first drafts were like beginning of March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think I started writing mine. I'm actually not gonna say
2 weeks
The night
before.
before. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but I did.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. No, that is interesting what you said, because I feel like I never really knew, like when people would ask me like, oh, why do you write, or why do you like writing, or who do you write for? I never really knew how to answer that question until recently, and now I know I write for myself.
I love that.
I write for myself, like, and it's funny because obviously there are people out there who are going to identify and relate to it, and I love that, and that's what I hope for. But there's also people that are not going to identify and relate to it, and that's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think you have to like find peace in that as a writer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard because you naturally want people to say, yeah, good job, you done
Yeah.
well. But not everyone's gonna like your shit as well, and that's something that you have to
Just accept it, right?
accept.
I think when you're creative, you just have to accept that in general.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, like, we're sensitive about our shit, like, because
Yeah.
we put our, we
You
put
your
everything,
your energy and
Yeah.
everything, your passion is that's
Right.
passionate. So
Yeah.
we put everything into it. So obviously, we want it to be great. But you know what? It's just I write for myself,
Yeah.
and I think this book as well is these people who contributed. They wrote for themselves as well. Like,
Yeah.
especially when I think specifically, I don't know what the others wrote about, but your story, like, of the fandom and stuff, that was about you at a certain time. That's
Yeah.
you writing about yourself, you going back, you
Yeah.
reliving it, and that's really, really beautiful. But yeah, I'm excited to read the book.
yeah, we're getting a copy. Innit?
Yeah, gotta get.
Yeah. Have you like been sent one? Yeah.
No.
We received
no,
it when they're gonna.
yeah.
They have our address, so
Yeah.
So
they're
it's on the way.
It's on the way.
Let
It's
me
coming,
know
it's
if
coming.
you don't actually
Yeah,
get it, 'cause
yeah.
I will
We'll let you
follow
know.
up.
We'll
let you
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah,
we'll be getting one.
We'll be getting one. Tell us about, because you've got an event coming up.
Yes.
Yes, you got a live show.
Live show.
Yes.
Yeah. The day the book launches, so September 2nd at Rio Dalston.
That's
Local.
Yeah, it's around the corner for
The
you guys.
tickets still
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah. Tickets are
Okay.
still there.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Please,
We'll be
please
there.
come.
It's on the Thursday. That's Thursday, right?
Yeah. It should be fun. Have you guys seen Rocks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bukky's on the panel.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
So-
Do you know what I saw?
She's
her?
in a book as well.
Yeah, she wrote an essay for
Yeah.
it. It's
She
really
She
good.
wrote an essay for it too.
How old
Yeah.
is she?
I think she's like 18, 19.
Yeah, because I saw her near your house.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was gonna do fangirl, and I was, do you know what? She's in her own world, so let me just leave her right
Yeah.
now.
And I also feel like you're going to meet her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the time will come.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing fangirl, but she just looked like she was in her own world.
Yeah,
you don't wanna bother
Yeah, don't
her.
wanna bother her. Yeah, but yeah, she's amazing. She's
Yeah, the
amazing.
panel
So
looks
talented.
really good. It's going to be some
Yeah.
live
Love
music,
it.
some freebies. Like, it's going to be a
Yes.
tote bag with goodies from like black-owned businesses.
I like
I'll be
I
doing
like
some
that.
signings.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like.
it's gonna be
So, where
fun.
can they get tickets from? Where can the people
Yeah,
get tickets?
you're asking all the right questions. 'Cause I'm like, I'm really freebies. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Rio Cinema, Dalston, in the evening at some time. I should know the time. I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
Yeah.
After work.
After work, yeah.
They can buy tickets from the Penguin Live website. If you just type in Penguin Live Black Joy into Google, you'll get a ticket link.
Yeah.
And if money is a concern, feel free to reach out to Charlie and I on socials, and we can sort out something.
That is
With
Make
more
sure you
money.
put your socials in the description.
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
That'd be low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want like people to not come because they can't afford tickets. I think we have concession tickets for young people, students, and older people. And if you want to get a book in the bundle as well, you can get one. I should know all the prices, but I actually don't. I'm so
It's okay. They can go on the internet and look.
Yeah, you can look on the internet.
Yeah. I love that. And I love the fact that, you are, trying your best to get everyone in, even if they can't afford it. Like,
Yeah, I don't want it to just be like full of people that, I don't know, I don't really want to be like preaching to the choir in a sense. I kind of want people that wouldn't feel like they could come to be able to come.
So everyone, all black people should come.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're actually hoping to do something with local schools in Hackney as well, to talk to children about like what brings them joy.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Just so that they know that the book is there and they like know that it's there for them. Because I think as I was reading the essays and even writing my own, I just remember thinking like, oh, if I had this when I was like 13.
Yeah, do you know when I first knew about the book, the first thing that came to my mind was education. And I just felt like this would be great if it was in secondary school.
Yeah.
Even primary school, like year 6, you know?
Yeah.
Year 6. But like it would be great if it was in at least secondary school and it was actually part of the curriculum and based on like even our exams. And what did we do that anthology AQA?
Oh yeah, we did that.
That moon on the tide.
What's her name?
Caroline Duff.
Like we just need something like this. Even that was a bit traumatic sometimes. Yeah, but
we need black. That's what we need.
It would be great. Like if you guys
Black
could push it so it got to that. Do you know
That'd be so sick. People like annotating it,
Right,
highlighting.
doing exams on it. That would be amazing.
Oh my God, wow.
And it'll be and the thing is it'll be part of so many black kids just life, and they will remember it forever. We remember it. We're gonna remember what we did for GCs forever.
Exactly.
All the books that we read, whether because we were gonna want to read it or not.
Yeah,
we'd remember it forever.
Yeah, I remember
Do you know
that.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
And it would be great to have some like black content, black literature.
that'd be so nice.
Yeah, because English was like my favorite subject when I was in
Same. It was
but
my
me too,
favorite.
funny enough.
I love English.
Funny enough, it was
I
mine.
wanted to do
Even
it as a
though
degree at one
things
point.
have changed now.
I'm done. Yeah, I wanted to do it, but I got into like film. But yeah. No, that's great. What was it like? Because I know you've done some like articles and stuff. What was it like interviewing Jasmine Sullivan?
Hello.
Because I am a huge fan of that woman.
Mate.
What was that like?
I still can't believe I did it. When you said it to me now, I was like, huh?
How did you compose yourself?
Exactly.
Like, how did you compose yourself?
The way it's all like a bit of a blur, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because when the EP came out, Hotels, I listened to it and I was like, this is actually insane. And I got the email from Galdem to interview her and I was like, this isn't real. Like April Fool's isn't coming up yet. Like, what's going on?
That is insane.
I can't even put it into words. It all just happened so quickly because I think I got asked like on the Wednesday and I interviewed her like the next Monday.
Okay.
So I didn't have that much time to actually properly think about it. But yeah, I've loved her like since she first came on the scene. Like, I've always been in love with Jasmine, and seeing her grow into who she is now has just been like amazing. I'm such a big fan. And if anything, I was actually kind of scared at how much of a fan I was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no like distant, like I'm not gonna say a single bad word about you. Like even if the EP is terrible, I won't be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Like it's always gonna be good to me. So as someone who's like a music journalist, you kind of need to have that critical. So I was scared that I wasn't having that, but it was fine. She's just so lovely. She's actually just a normal girl. Like
she seems very down
she's
to earth.
very normal.
Yeah.
Like you'll talk, and I think that's actually good because I was really scared in the beginning, and then after a minute I was like, no, I'm just having a chat with someone. Yeah, and that actually helped a lot.
But that's good to me. It means that you also created that space for her to be safe as well. So it is actually a round of applause to you too. It means you're a good interviewer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for you to feel like you can just talk and it's just seamless and stuff like that. It means you're good at what you do.
Yeah. Who do you want to like? What's another star that you want to? Who's another star that you want to interview?
Oh, do you know Chica? Desperate.
Hilarious person.
Desperate to interview her.
Yeah.
I've loved her since she was like on Vine.
She can just come on the podcast. How are we gonna do that?
I would
Yeah,
love
make it
for
happen.
her to
We're
come
gonna
do that.
make it happen.
And I actually want to meet. I don't want to
When
do it
she's
over
next
Zoom.
in the UK, actually make it happen.
We need to make it happen. That would actually be lit.
Because I don't. You guys, like, she has to be on this podcast.
We actually have some dream people that we want to have on the podcast. But
who are your dream people to like interview on this?
Niecy Nash.
Yeah, Niecy Nash.
That'd be so sick.
That would be.
Do you know, I feel like it's achievable.
I think she do it.
She's so lovely. She'll probably be like,
I think you
she
should
loves
do it,
talking about,
yeah.
her black queer love. So
and how great her sex life
yes,
is.
yeah.
Like,
You know,
she's always talking
I'm
about
happy
it.
for Auntie, you know. I don't normally like hearing Auntie. I see her, she's my auntie. She's my auntie. I don't really like hearing my aunties talk about stuff like that, but I'm happy for her.
Oh yeah, they're getting down. They're
Yeah,
getting
you
in.
know she's gonna
They are getting right. They're getting it in, and I
But
love
Jessica
that
looks
for
like she's really got that.
Yeah,
She's
good.
got
Like,
it.
Yeah, yep. Those two definitely.
Is there, because this is a bit of a spoiler, yeah, is there anything about Black Joyce do sex in the book?
There isn't a essay about sex, but there are essays that that reference it and talk about like love and like being sexually free and stuff. But yeah, there isn't like an essay about sex. But yeah,
In part two.
Yeah, part
There's
two.
gonna be a part two. There has to be a part two.
What are you trying to do?
There has to be a part two.
No, I never even thought they could be a part two, but they couldn't there?
so much.
Because there's so many
There's
people,
so much.
and as you said, like obviously, Isabel, you can't get everyone in it.
Could be a
You know,
part
but
two.
so then could be a
Make it a
part two.
brand.
Rosie loves a part.
I love a part two.
Really?
I love a part two. She
Part
doesn't
two,
like
babe.
part two, but I like
Yeah,
part
I'm not
two.
really.
It's not everyday part two.
For me, I'm like,
This is
leave
not
on a
Nollywood.
high.
Do you know what? I like Nollywood. So I like a part two.
That is so true. What do you want to do next? Like, what do you want to do next in terms of like
God.
writing or like?
I want to get an agent because I don't really know what I'm doing.
I thought you had one already.
No.
That's Penguin is a big deal.
Please, agent. If an agent is listening, please DM me because
I think after
I'm
this, you
too
probably
lazy
will.
to actually like do anything that work
Yeah.
myself. So I've had like always had a major insecurity writing fiction, even though fiction's like where my heart is. Like what I read is mostly fiction. But I think growing up, I just didn't think I had you know how like some people can write and they just, they sound smart. My writing's never been like that. It's quite conversational, and I used to be really insecure about that. But I now think that's probably a strength. That's probably why my writing can relate with so many people.
I relate to more writers like that.
Okay, I'm
than I
glad.
do,
My
I'm very
girlfriend's
glad.
like that because obviously she has newsletters.
Yeah,
that I
like
edit,
yes,
and
she actually is. Yeah,
English is not her first language; it's her 8th.
I'm
Apparently,
screaming.
that's what she says.
Oh.
Because she's not good at English. And the amount of people that say, "Oh my God," is about her voice. Like they love reading it because they can actually. It's like having a conversation with her.
Okay,
like,
I'm glad you say this.
You said something about that earlier on. Like it's about you and the way you write, and it's about the nuances of like your life and what you actually put into what you write.
Yeah,
that is important. Because I'm the same way. I'm not some academic. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not into any
I don't blow vocabulary.
Yeah.
Like Ghanaian English is my first language, not English. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't have all the vocabulary in the world to blow. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it's not just about that. Like, it's about what you actually have to give to a reader. Like, it's not just about blowing words and vocabulary and all of that stuff.
I think you're right. Like, and I think I'm reminding myself that more. So, hopefully, I'd like to start writing more fiction. And potentially get into like writing a manuscript for something. Just because I feel like if I do that, then my inner child will be very happy.
Yeah, you gotta serve that inner child.
Yeah, I really have to. Like
Yeah.
that is her like ultimate dream to like write a piece of fiction, and it still makes me a bit scared even thinking about it now, because I think when it comes to personal essays, you can't really critique a personal essay because it's someone's experience, right? But when it comes to like a piece of fiction, some people are very quick to judge, and I think historically I've always let the potential of that critical voice stop me from writing. But now I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. As you guys have been saying, just do what comes from the heart. Just go for it, right?
Go for it.
Like,
You have to.
it's actually okay.
Yeah.
So
Have you always wanted to be a writer?
yeah,
That's good.
either I wanted
When
to
did you
either be a
know?
writer or a singer.
When did you know?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, when did you know you wanted to be a writer? Can you pinpoint a time?
I guess like, I don't know if you guys ever had this, but in my primary school, they had this thing called like Scribbler. Probably me because I'm a nerd.
I think I've heard of Scribbler.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
some literary magazine for like little kids, and basically you could write. It was like open. It was like they did open call outs for submission, so you'd like write a thing in, either post it or like email it, and if it was good, it'd be in the magazine. And it was like every term, and I wrote a short story about like being a queen for a day, and it was when I was like 8 or something, and I wrote it and it got like put in the magazine, and my dad still has it now actually.
Oh, that's cute.
And after that I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then they had like poetry anthologies that I wrote for.
I did that as well.
Yeah. So like that was when I was like, I actually want to be a writer, and I've always really been into like book covers. So back when I was younger, I thought I could draw and paint.
Yeah.
I'd always like paint book covers.
That is really cute.
I actually did one for a competition in school as well, which got put up
Oh,
on the wall by the headmaster's
Basically, always been a
office.
superstar. Always.
yeah.
Oh no!
It's natural.
Oh, stop it! Stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely in primary school, like books were my bag. That's
Yeah.
like all I like thought about, and I think I kind of drifted away from that when I became a teenager because I thought it wasn't cool anymore. And even in uni, I was like, nah.
Oh, uni killed
Do you know,
me.
Yeah,
because
because I did sociology, I was always reading books.
Oh,
I
you're
just-
sociology.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but when it came to uni, I completely stopped reading.
yeah, I
fiction.
stopped. So I only started getting back into it, like I'd say like last year because of the pandemic, and now I feel like my inner child is saying thank you because I'm like reading a lot again. I'm like back to writing.
I
and-
need to do that, guys.
It's
because-
not that people feel like reading is not cool at some point.
No, yeah, also that because kids are dumb. We were all
Yeah,
I
but it's
don't
the
think-
thing.
it comes down to the variety of what's out there.
maybe because
Do you know what
also
I
you
mean?
want. I mean, when I was younger, I was reading, but it was American stuff. It was black.
This is what I'm
American
saying.
stuff.
Like, as
it wasn't
black,
British.
Oh,
young girls,
interesting.
no,
Yeah, I think I read things like Hunger Games and Twilight, but apart from that, I didn't read. And then when I reached like age 16, it just stopped because I was like, no, boys drinking.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, I don't know, like, I didn't want to be that girl that read. I wanted,
Yeah, to be.
But I feel like it depends though. If like Black Joy, I feel like at 16, 17, I don't think it would be uncool to read that. Or maybe it's just my mind now. I'm thinking.
I
but
don't think so.
I don't
either.
think it would
hope
be uncool.
not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
even
think
like Receipts book. I don't think it would
Yeah,
be uncool.
I feel like
Do you
it's
know what I
different. I
mean?
feel like the landscape's changed a bit as well.
It
There's
has
more books
changed.
out there.
Yeah.
For
But you know
us to
what?
get.
I feel like it's changed from our time to your time, and it's changed again now because when during our time we had these black like African American books that we'd read, and it was all like risque and about nasty
Listen,
stuff,
that's
like
what it was.
G-spot and
Wait,
colder, warmest.
Yeah.
Put the name.
Listen,
What's
there
this
was
G-spot?
I had a friend. I think I was in like
Bear
year
books.
10. Like she only used to read them books.
I
I've
did as
never
well.
heard of
but they were in
this.
our school library.
Yeah.
Like
In
they
your school
were,
library?
They were BET books.
BET book.
Yeah,
Wait,
they
BET
were
has
BET.
books.
They had books then, boy. They were BET books, and they were all just about sex. And
Black
Yeah.
erotica.
I remember this.
Was it good writing?
It was
or-
good. It was good. It was
decent.
ghetto.
It was definitely
It was
ghetto,
good
but-
writing, but it was like it was
Yeah.
set in like ghetto-ness basically.
okay.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was good. It was like the stories. They were gripping stories. Like
Yeah.
Interesting.
you know,
I
they
remember
were
like year
I might
10
even
and year
pick up.
11, and that was cool. We were just like,
that
yeah.
was cool.
That
And then I
cool,
guess
yeah.
by the time it got to yours, that might have shifted a bit. Like maybe people weren't reading that at the time, and
Very
yeah,
interesting.
because then Hunger Games and Girl with a Dragon Tattoo and all these books, yeah, they were the books that
Yeah,
people
it
were
was.
reading.
I think for like my group, it was it was very much like Twilight.
Yeah.
Hunger Games,
I mean,
and
we had Harry Potter as well.
yeah, we had Harry Potter. We had
I wasn't allowed.
oh no,
Yes, I've never
because of
watched.
the witchcraft.
Never even
Really?
watched
Are you
it.
tempted? Are you
Really,
tempted?
you need to now. I mean,
No, but it's the kind of thing where I've gone so long that it's now like a part of my brand.
Oh,
I'm like, I've never watched
okay,
it, like-
okay.
so you're just gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't think it's. I mean, I never really read the books. I watched the films, but I don't.
The
know.
film's
I was a fan.
good.
Yeah,
I was a big fan.
I've still got
But
it
if I
somewhere.
watch it now, would I actually enjoy it, or have I missed the boat?
No, I think you would enjoy it.
I think you would enjoy it, but I don't think you'll be some
not that
some
deep.
super fan.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there are
Okay.
really like people that are
Yeah,
super
and
fans,
it's-
and it's
yeah.
just like
Like Yinka.
okay, yeah.
Yinka's got tattoos of the characters
okay,
and stuff.
that's very
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a
okay.
huge fan.
Very interesting.
Huge fan.
Yeah. that is okay. Yeah, so the fiction is coming. We should be expecting the fiction from
Don't be
you.
expecting fiction.
I'm expecting it. I
I'm
don't know what to
expecting
tell
it.
you.
I don't know. Do you know all these writers that we have? We have so many
Yeah.
writers, and I don't know. I don't think anyone does fiction. I haven't seen. Maybe they do. Like out of our black. Kind
Yeah, it is a lot of
circle,
non-fiction, isn't
yeah,
it?
I don't see
Yeah.
no fiction. So hello.
You're right, you know, that actually
Yeah.
isn't...
The only person is that I'm seeing right now is Jade with Keisha Desket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Bolu with
Yeah.
Love,
Yeah.
yeah, Love
I don't
and
know
Colour.
Bolly's one.
Oh,
Love
I've
and
seen,
Colour,
I've
the
seen,
short
yeah, like,
stories.
yeah.
Oh,
I
the
should
short
get
stories.
that.
Yeah. We need more then.
As yeah.
Yeah.
Even Jade wrote that in when she was in school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's now becoming a book.
But that's the kind of stuff that we used to
Yeah.
read, like this, like
Yeah,
black.
I love Keisha
Yeah,
Desket.
it's-
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've just ordered the book actually. So
Yeah, same. Yeah.
yeah.
Get it from Waterstones because it's a signed version.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a signed version. So get it
I
from
don't know why I
Waterstones.
wasn't offered that. But it's okay.
Do you know what? Yeah, I saw it go around and I was a bit jealous that we didn't get one.
Yeah. Why did we? Do you know what? I got another book from Murky, but I didn't get that.
You didn't
book.
get this one. I
Yeah.
was a bit jealous. And Jade knows us.
She's a friend of ours.
Surely just ask.
We went on her podcast
The
other day.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
probably should have
surely-
asked when we went on the podcast.
like you should get that.
Probably, yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I want the signed version. I
Yeah.
think I want the signed version.
Yeah. But
Because
yeah.
that was probably one of the first things. I think I was like, so Jade was like year 9 and I was in year 2. She went to my school, so she was a year below me.
Okay.
And I feel like that was one of the first things that I actually wanted to read, apart from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that I wanted to read that was about blackness.
Because you identify with the black
That I
people.
did-
Yeah.
Listen, I was hooked.
Yeah.
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 Was she
Did you know she wrote it like at the time?
Yeah, at the time.
Okay.
But we didn't know that anyone read it outside of our school.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I guess you didn't have like Twitter and all of that, so you had no idea.
Exactly. We just said, oh, Jade is crazy. Look what she's doing. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. Like,
That is
but
jokes.
like, I didn't realize. I think it was when we got to sixth form. Yeah, I think it was in sixth form, and other people came into our sixth form, and then they were like, yeah. They knew about it. We're like, right, so she's famous. She's famous.
Yeah.
But even that, it's great to see it go from that to being basically written in text.
I know.
Yeah,
like
right?
actual
Because what was she
book.
writing
Actual
on
book.
at the time? I can't remember what
Was
it
it
was.
like a phone or something?
No,
Yeah,
but
I-
like the platform that it was on. What was it on at the time?
Do you know, I always had it on my phone. I didn't want the platform.
I actually, I
Yeah, I
had
also
some,
had it on my
I've had
phone.
someone's
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, people used to send it on text and stuff like that. But it's the journey to see it go, and it's part of our like childhood,
It's
our
part of our
teenage.
That's actually part of our
culture.
history.
It's a culture.
That's actually
Yeah.
It's part of our
history.
culture.
Everybody knows about it, so that's
Yeah.
been amazing.
Amazing to see. Very proud of her.
Yeah, really, really proud. Shout out you, babes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we go, what's Black Joy to you?
What's black? I think that is such like such a broad question. I don't know.
That's how you guys felt when you're writing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's so funny because I was thinking about obviously I've been thinking about my life quite recently and like what makes me happy and like what I want out of life. I think it's just I feel like I was thinking I feel like I'm not doing enough for specifically black people, black queer people. Obviously we've got this podcast and
Crazy.
I know it's crazy, but I do feel like I want to do more.
Let me park you right now.
Not
Because I actually don't know why I'm just mentioning this now. I don't think you two know how much you've impacted young black queer people in this country. With me, for example, a big part of me coming out was from listening to your podcast. Having 2 black women that were so proud of their queerness. That brought me joy and made me realise I had nothing to be ashamed about on my sexuality. Like Darby is actually who introduced me to the podcast. Yeah. And like you're actually doing a lot just by like speaking on this. I don't think you even, because I guess you don't really see it, do you? Like, you don't see people
we
listening.
don't see, and and also I feel like it was over lockdown that more people found the podcast.
Yeah.
So like for a long time, we don't know what's going on. We don't. Like, it's only that now when we go out and people actually tell us. Like, I went to a queer bruck last week, and like so many people came up to me at queer bruck, and it was a bit overwhelming because it was like we just didn't realize who listens to the podcast. And what kind of we're just here chatting our shit. We just feel like we're just here chatting our shit.
Yeah, honestly.
So,
and like now you're short films.
Yeah.
You're absolutely obsessed with it. Like,
I'm the main character.
yeah, and like Rose, when you were in like the Cat Burns video.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're both doing like.
Do you know, it's
a
crazy because
lot.
we just don't really.
I don't know. I just feel like I want that gives me joy. So like things like this podcast, we do events as well for queer people to like just have a safe space. That's those things are important to me, and those things give me joy. I think just trying to,
And I think because we see the joy when we go to the queer spaces, and we can see everyone enjoying themselves. We see everyone just like having a laugh, and I think because we see that version of joy. That's why it's a bit more fulfilling. Yeah. But with the podcast, we don't really see. Do you know what I mean? So we're still like, it's almost a bit like a hobby. Like we're just here just chatting our shit.
Yeah.
But literally, we talk about these things anyway, whether the mic is on or not. These are things we talk about anyway.
Yeah.
So it's because we're just having a chat, we about everything mag. Yeah. But it's nice. It's I feel like we need to. When we have our live show, I think that's when we're gonna really.
You'll see
at the moment.
You'll see
our live show.
Yeah. I think I just. When it comes to it, for me, I think it's about the community for me. And like what I can do, what more can I do? And that's what gives me joy.
Yeah.
Just giving.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like creating safe spaces, whether that's for queer people, for children as well. I feel like those are the kind of things that bring me joy as well. And do you know what? Actually, I need to sometimes stop and not put so much more joy on things how other people
I know,
feel.
it's so mad, isn't it?
find joy
Yeah,
from
and
within.
find my own
Yeah.
inner joy as well. And like, I have to think about it.
I know what you mean, because it's like, it's easy. You think that putting joy in other people works when other people are actually happy, but then if they're not happy, you then feel like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So, but if the joy comes from within, whether people are happy or not, you'll still be happy.
Exactly. But you're definitely more talking about the Black Beat, Word Up, Voice.
all of that, yeah.
I think that
going back.
thinking back, that was a source of my
brought you
joy.
joy.
Yeah.
Like, I used to go to the corner shop after school. There was one shop, the shop's even there anymore. We used to go to the shop and I used to like go through all the and the things I always had the newest magazines though. And as soon as I see one I didn't have, I used to get it, take it home. I'll actually read. There was hardly any writing in there, but I used to read every single caption. And then I used to cut out everything and put it in put the pictures in my locker, in my diary. I even forgot that I even had a diary till just now. The diary they used to have, the homework kind of thing. And then my room was covered in posters. My room was absolutely covered in posters. And these are the things. And there was a website. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was like, you know how we have the shade room now and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
but that
there's no social
equivalent.
media. Yeah, so it was that. It was the equivalent for that. And me and my best friend at the time, we used to like, oh my God, did you see this on the website? Did you see that on the website and stuff? And that was a source of our joy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think specifically for me, I think writing definitely gives me joy, and I think that's why I'm just like, oh, I need to write. I need to write. But yeah, it definitely gives me just being able to pour like what's within, like pour that out, and get that out. That definitely brings me joy. And of course, like nothing is ever easy. Like nothing we do is easy. We're always gonna have like challenges and stuff like that, and things that we have to face and get over. But I think ultimately, like just being able to like create characters and create stories and put that out there, that's what brings me joy. And that's and as I said before, I write for me, so that's what brings me joy, definitely. Yeah.
I love that. I actually love that. I actually wanted to talk to you guys about something.
Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
It's not really about joy.
No,
it's
that's
like,
absolutely
Go for it with that man.
I actually want your advice, and I think I wasn't sure whether to like talk about it on the podcast, but I feel like I should.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want people thinking that like everything's perfect for me, my life is great. So I actually have had a bit of a tough week. I found out that both of my parents won't be coming to the book launch because Darby will be there, my girlfriend, and we'll be talking about queer issues. And I think this week I've been feeling very insecure about my sexuality at the moment. So I think I wanted to ask you guys, when faced with like, if you have had situations like this, how do you try and find joy despite the pain that you're feeling from like people you love rejecting you?
I think joy comes from how you feel about what you're doing, and it comes from, it's just about your own personal stuff. Like when you don't let that take away the joy, because that's about them. Yeah, that's about them and their ignorance. It's about them and their commitment to misunderstanding you as a queer person. And I feel like don't put your joy in that because it's something that's negative to you. Do you know what I mean? And everything, what you're actually doing is amazing. And like, I don't think you understand that the book is going to impact so many people, and that's so much more impactful than them just not understanding your queerness. Yeah. Like, and it's literally that they don't understand your queerness. Yeah. And right now they don't want to understand your queerness, and you can't really change that. But that's just one thing compared to what this is going to do. It's so impactful for so many lives, and I feel like you should just put your concentration and your energy. And we always say go where love is, and that is where the love is at the moment.
You're actually right.
Yeah. That is where it is. So you just go there, and you're gonna feel so fulfilled. And how they feel, you're not even necessarily gonna feel like negative against them. When you have love inside you, it's hard to feel negative at the same time. So I feel like you're just gonna come. You're gonna get some sort of inner peace with that. They just don't understand it, and that's okay. And I think that with us, when we've had situations with our parents where they haven't understood our queerness or wanted to support it and stuff, it feels better when I just say to myself, you know, she just don't get it. You know what I mean? She just doesn't get it, you know, and it's not something that's personal to me. That's something that they need to go away and educate themselves on. This is who I am, and I can't apologize for existing as who I am, and you shouldn't apologize for existing as who you are either.
I think it's so hard. Do you know what I do? I do think it's really, really hard because they're your parents, like, and they do love you, but they're not perfect. And the thing is, it's so hard because we look at these people who gave birth to us as if they're perfect and they should be perfect. And, you know, because they had us and they decided to have us and we didn't ask to be here. So it's a very, very hard thing to like sort of wrap your head around. Like, I'm not going to lie to you because, you know, when your parents do not accept you for who you are, that builds a lot of resentment. We've both been through it. And there was a time where I had to just be like, you know what? I can't keep feeling like this because it's a detriment to me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I keep feeling angry and resentful, that's hurting me. I don't want to keep feeling this pain. I just have to let it go. Like, I have to. I just can't do it anymore because it's just too much. It's too intense. And you know what really helps is having people around you, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, when they come out and stuff, they lose their family and stuff like that. But it's like you have to have your community, you have to have your chosen family, your tribe. I mean, it's not quite the same, but it kind of, you know, it fills that void a bit of like, you know, your parents not accepting you. It does feel, because and that's why, like, when we all come together, it's such an amazing, beautiful thing. Like, just seeing us all in one space, your live show is going to be amazing because we're going to be there. We're going to be there for you. Like, even if they're not, we're going to be there for you. And you will be okay. Like, I know it's hard right now and it might seem like, you know, when is it going to get better? But you will be, I absolutely 100% believe you'll be okay. And as Rosie said, like, you're doing something that's so amazing and you're going to impact so many people. And that's what's important. Like, just what you need to focus on is your live show. And that's what's important. That's going to be amazing. And your parents will come around. I 100% believe it. Like, they will come around, you know.
Yeah, they will. Do you know what I think is important to stress as well is that it's not always perfect for us. Yeah, I know it's almost like our parents know, and you know, we're fine existing together, we're laughing together, our girlfriends are there, but it's not always perfect. Like, remember the other day literally, like, Nana was doing my hair, and then Nana's mum basically said, "You guys need to stop this," and she was talking about our queerness. But it's like, but it's the way that she was saying what she was saying, but we didn't receive it like that because we're fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you kind of just know that she's just saying.
Yeah, like, we didn't even receive it with any sort of. But she was kind of like, but she was looking at us, she didn't know our language. She's like, stop.
Like, you two are pretty girls.
You two are pretty girls. Just like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, and even her saying that we're pretty girls, our looks have nothing to do with anybody else. Right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It has got nothing to do with anybody else. And so there's that. But because that we've gone where the love is. We just don't get offense to it. It's like it's just her still misunderstanding a little bit. So it's not always perfect, but because I guess we have our tribes and, you know, we have a bit of more of an understanding of who we are. Even we're always growing as individuals, we have a bit more of an understanding of who we are and our queerness as well. And we're just committed to existing as our authentic selves as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can say whatever you like.
It's just like,
I really rate that.
Like,
I don't. I find the reason why I asked because I found you two very inspiring. Like,
oh, thank you.
Just the way you're just so like unapologetic about all of it.
But it takes time.
Yeah,
we weren't always like this.
Yeah,
and it takes time. And the more you come into, like, you know, yourself and just being really proud of who you are and stuff, and that obviously takes time, because in my early 20s I was uncomfortable as fuck, like, just because of my sexuality, and now I'm not. But it takes time, and the more you come into that, the more you don't give a fuck about what other people say, and then they see that, and they have no choice but to get on board, and if they don't, bye.
You're gonna miss out on me.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah, like, I think eventually your parents are gonna see how well the book does. Yeah. They're going to tell them about their friends.
It's true. You know what I mean? They'll be at the whole parties, be like, my daughter.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, they're just gonna, like, they would have no choice but to jump on board. Yeah. They actually, even like this I feel like this podcast is what really, really made my mum jump on board. Not even, I want to say jump on board, but really accept, because we went out to a wedding one time was when we still had YouTube.
Yeah.
And then one of her friends came up to me and was like, oh, do you have a YouTube channel? I was thinking, oh, goodness sake, Mom's sitting right next to me. Why you bring this up, kind of thing, yeah? And she was like, I showed your YouTube video to my class, to my students. And she was like, keep going, keep doing it. And that's my mom's friend. So I think for her, that validated, like, okay, people don't think
maybe it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. And then one day I was out with my mom and someone came up to me and was like, oh my God, I love your podcast. So mom was like, so people really listen? I was like, yes, they do. And then she was just like, okay. So it kind of made her realize what we're doing is not something that's like crazy, and I think kind of normalized it a little bit to her as well.
Yeah.
So, but they will jump on board eventually.
I hope
They will
so.
they will
journey,
accept
man.
your queerness.
I feel like
They'll
it's
accept the
been.
babes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I think it's been a big week for me because I'm coming out on the other side of it. Like, if this podcast was on like Tuesday, Wednesday, I would not be feeling joyful. But I think what I'm realizing is that all my life I've gotten a lot of joy and like self-worth and self-confidence from my parents' validation. And it's been fun because they've always validated me. Like, I got good grades. I was a nerd in school. I wasn't doing anything like bad. So it's always been fine. And I think this has been the first and the biggest thing where they've been like clearly unhappy or like clearly showing disapproval. And having that has like really like shaken me. And I've struggled a lot with myself. So I think, again, it links to back joy. I'm trying to find joy within myself and like in my chosen family and go where the love is, as you guys have said, rather than feel like the only love I can get is parental love. Like that's the only legitimate form of validation. Because there are other forms of love and validation out there in my life that I should just go towards.
That is
growth,
literally the
isn't it?
mantra. Go where love is.
Yeah, go where love is.
Yeah.
Did you tweet that yesterday as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
the other day.
It was in between every minute.
I tweet all the time because it's constantly on my mind. Like, it's constantly on my mind, and I think it's really important.
Yeah, got to go where the love is.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, because other people are feeling the same way. About
I
things
just
as
didn't want
well.
people thinking that like I came out and it was fine and now I'm like in a happy family, because I don't really like talk about it on my socials and stuff. I kind of just said, I have a girlfriend. But like, I
don't think you even need to even come out anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a bit of a fallout. I just wanted people to know that, like,
it's not easy. I saw someone tweet the other day. I don't know if you saw it, but it was this girl. She said like her family literally acting like she's the worst person ever because she's queer. Like, and they're making her super uncomfortable at home, and she seemed really down, you know. And it was just so sad to read that. Like, there are literally a lot of people going through that, you know, right now, and it's really, really hard. And you know, like, they just need a bit of comfort. And it's so mad because I feel like when you come out and your parents have expectations of you, you know, but it's just like, I'm still me. I haven't changed. Like
I haven't changed at all.
Same person.
Yeah.
You know me. So why you treat me like I'm some stranger? Like, why you treat me like you don't know me? This is, it's really,
I think queerness is often seen as an other. There's not other.
It's not.
Just let everyone else.
Yeah.
And then it's really, really hard, you know. But you have to go. It's literally life. I say this all the time. It's literally life and death. Like, being who you are is literally life and death. You have no choice but to be who you are and live authentically. Yeah. There's no other way. Do you know what I mean? Because you're never going to be happy, and you can't live for other people. There's just no way. Yeah. You know.
That's the thing. Like, I think in the long term, I probably would have regretted, let's say my parents came, but then at the event I was just like, not saying anything, like not wanting to talk to anyone, or like not wanting to talk to Darby. Like, I think in the long term I'd regret that more. I'd rather be at the event and be true to myself, be free to do what I want, act how I want, and if they're not willing to see that, then that's on them.
They will regret it, trust me. Like,
sometimes I even wonder, like, I personally haven't invited Mum to the live show. Did you invite Mum to the live show?
Oh, really?
I haven't invited Mum to the live show. I feel like she would. I don't know if she wants to come, but I haven't invited her. Yeah. But I think we just think it's talk about anything sexual.
Yeah,
that's why I haven't invited
the reason
her.
why.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, that's why. But even outside of that, when I think about other things that we might do, like even weddings, I'll do one. Sometimes I don't think Mum's gonna come to my wedding. But
I think she will.
she's quite. She loves my girlfriend, but for some reason, I just don't think she's gonna come to my wedding. But we'll see, Sha.
I think she will be there.
But that comes down
the
to
wedding.
one day when I get married.
Okay.
Sorry, wait, what?
There is no wedding. There's no wedding date.
Is this an exclusive?
There's no ring. No, right now. Do you know what this reminded me of? When we did our first episode or second episode, I think I said I didn't want love or a relationship.
And then the next episode she was in a relationship.
No.
Yeah, that just reminds me of that. But yeah. I just feel like everyone goes through it in some capacity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our parents not supporting things because it's queer, especially African parents. You know,
It's extremely funny because I filmed Losing Joy, my short film, in my mum's house. Obviously, I asked her and she was like, yeah, she didn't know what the film is about. Like,
Was she there? Like,
no.
on set?
I told her to go
Okay.
to leave for the weekend, and she did, which was great. She's been very, very supportive. But she doesn't know what and like once it wrapped, she was like, oh, so when are we gonna see the film? Whatever. I'm just like, yes.
she knows about
She ain't-
it's just queer.
She don't know.
Okay.
So like, I don't know if she's gonna see this film. I don't know if I'm
wow.
gonna. But certain things like that, like you want to be able to include, you know, your parents and certain things that you do because you're proud of it, and you know you want to share that joy and that success with them. And sometimes you feel like they don't know, they're not in every part of your life because they don't
of
like this
that,
one thing
yeah.
about you. And that's
Even
really
the Cat Burns
hard.
video, I didn't show.
Didn't show your mum.
No.
Really? Oh, I love that video.
Beautiful,
It's
stunning.
a cute video,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
so
Stunning
cute.
It's a nice video, but I
Yeah.
haven't shown my mum.
Yeah, fair.
That's, you know,
Do you know what I mean?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
So we always, I feel like we're always going to struggle with it to some extent, with in different areas in our lives. But
yeah.
as long as we're happy overall, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it probably gets easier with time as well because it seems like you guys just kind of know what
Yeah,
to show
yeah,
and what not to
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I think I'm still trying to work that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Cat Burns definitely not showing the Cat Burns video.
Yeah.
There's kissing inside there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Even when Mike Straight's brother kisses his girlfriend in front of my mum is not here for it.
Oh, fair enough.
That's very disrespectful doing in front of me.
But this is the problem. Like they act like you can't talk about sex or you can't do this. You know, like they never.
So how did we get here then?
It's really ridiculous.
Someone dropped us through the window.
Like they left teachers to teach us about that shit when it should have really been them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just loads of things. But it's gonna. Those things are gonna stop with us, right? When we have kids, if we want kids, if we decide to have kids, those things are gonna stop with us. And which is.
So how do you guys meet?
God, you've been waiting, haven't you? The way you asked that.
Look at her. She's excited.
Yeah, we actually met on Hinge.
Hinge actually works.
Hinge does work.
Yeah. Okay, so do you match on Hinge? How does Hinge actually work?
So
Have you never had Hinge before?
So someone like I think the way it works, like you get likes, so you can go through your likes. So if you like the person, you can match them back. So Darby liked me, and I saw her profile, and I was like, nah, it's fake. I just thought it was like a catfish because like no one this good looking can like me. So I deleted the app.
I'm done.
Because I was just like, I actually hate this app.
Yeah,
like, me
fair.
getting catfishes. And then I was thinking about it for a few days. I was like, nah, she was actually really paired. Like really paired.
So you
Like, she was on my
re-downloaded it?
mind. So I downloaded it, liked her back, I messaged her. And the rest is history, I guess.
Cute.
So how long from messaging each other on the app to actually meeting in person? How long was that?
Yeah, a month. We spoke for like a month. Yeah.
That's alright. That's a good amount of time.
That
Isn't
is
it?
a good
Yeah.
one.
It's better than what some of our people have
I
been
know,
doing.
you know.
It's true.
Get the gators out quick.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
thought we moved at like a snail's pace.
No, yeah.
That
Some
is
people
what
will
we-
be in the same day, boy.
Yeah, it's true. What was the first date like?
So we went over lockdown, right? It was like June. Hopefully you can see me hear me when I'm turning away. Yeah, met like in June. So things were starting to open up for the summer.
Oh, yeah.
I think you
Okay,
can meet
okay.
up with people. So we weren't doing
Was it this
anything
June?
illegal.
Last
no,
June.
Last year, June, yeah.
Oh, no. Bring her. You know, I met her in June.
I'm just making sure.
I'm so
I was
done.
gonna say this is very lesbian.
Yeah, I'm so no.
I'm so done.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, so she came. It's actually such a bad first date. She
Well,
came
glad you made
over
it.
and we had McDonald's.
That's cute. What is bad
But it was
about that?
Lockdown, do you know what I mean?
It was
Yeah.
lockdown, and basically I have my favorite thing that I get. The only thing I get at McDonald's is chicken nuggets and McFlurry, and I dip my chicken nuggets in the
That's very
McFlurry.
interesting.
It's so nice.
Really?
No,
I've heard of chips being dipped into.
no,
like,
it's
a
actually
McFlurry,
so
but not,
nice.
okay.
Like, both look like I feel like I'm getting judged.
She's not sure about this.
Yeah, okay.
There's no judgments here, you know.
Not judging, but we're not
sure. But I've been talking about that, so I was like, "You're gonna try it," and she actually raised it an 8 out of 10.
That's
Really?
pretty high.
Was
But
that
I think
honest or because of fancy?
Yeah,
Which
did you?
one?
And then we watched some like shitty Will Ferrell film.
But you know
that
what?
Eurovision one.
When I asked,
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
I asked you that question, I meant not even what you did for the day,
Oh,
like because that doesn't even matter as long as you're together. But like how you felt on the date, or how you know how
I
you,
was shy.
Guys, you can see the both of them are smiling.
Really? Oh god, I was shy.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, it's just friendly. Like, because I think we were both really shy, so we were like, "You're so pretty." Like,
Yeah.
oh, you were so nice. Like, we weren't, it wasn't. I think we were both scared to flirt, so we were just like sitting there looking at each other like talking, and I was just like feeling really shy about it.
Yeah.
And I think throughout the whole day, I was like, is it just friendly? Like, have I just like made a new friend? But I was like, no, because I really want to like,
Yeah.
you know. So clearly, it's not friendly on my end, but
Yeah.
it's friendly on her end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then at the end, I asked to kiss her.
It's really what I was like, it's sexy.
I was like, can I kiss you?
It's so cute.
We love that.
So cute. We love it. We love it.
It's cute.
We love
It's
it.
very cute.
Very cute.
Oh my god, my mouth hurt. I can't
So
stop
how long have we been
smiling.
together? How long have we been like officially together now?
Yeah, the year she asked me to be her girlfriend actually coincides with the release of Black Joy. So September 2nd.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So that's also going to be your anniversary as well.
Yeah.
Right, that's cute. That's good.
Yeah, she
It's just
definitely
so
has
Really
to.
telling you everything.
No, we love it.
Okay.
You know, we tell our business on this.
Yeah,
we tell our
we love
business.
a love story.
Yeah,
we love a love story.
We do, yeah. So yeah, that's why it's important that she's there as well.
Yeah, you need to, source of joy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
The main source of joy in the
Yeah.
past year. For sure.
that's beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. We love love.
Do you know what?
Specifically, Black queer love.
Oh, we love Black Queer Love.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. So, apart from Black Joy, what else do you have coming up in regards to projects? Anything?
At the moment, I am taking a hiatus. Apart from Black Joy.
It's needed.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, true.
I feel like I need a break. I want to work on, like I said, the fiction writings. That's like more in the background. I don't think I have much coming out apart from Black Joy. I kind of want to focus my energy on that and got a new job. I also moved like end of July. I don't know why I'm doing so much. So yeah, you might see me doing some more promo stuff for Black Joy, but I think I want to just sit in it.
This is big though, isn't it? So
yeah, I just want to sit in it, and I'm not
it,
really good at sitting in things. I'm
Yeah.
always like, what's next? So I'm trying to be really strict with myself, be like, you know what, enjoy this for like a few months. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Wow.
Thanks.
I know I just met you today. I'm super proud.
Oh,
man, proud of
thank
you.
you. There's a lot coming
Proud.
from you guys. You're proud of me.
Yes.
We are very proud
Super
of you.
proud.
Well done, well done.
Thanks.
amazing.
Thank
It's
you
amazing.
guys.
Well done.
Nice. Okay.
Yes, guys. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Tutu's Podcast. Make sure you use the hashtag Tutu's Podcast and Conversation. Make sure you comment down below.
Down below.
And, you know, just let us know what you think. Make sure you go and buy Black Joy. Make sure you go to a live show on the 2nd of September. Rio Cinema and tickets are on Penguin
Live. Yeah.
Penguin Live. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, so make sure you use the hashtag Tutu's Podcast and Conversation on Twitter, and make sure you follow us on Spotify and rate review us on Apple Podcasts. Until next week, peace.